can't make this shit up, man.
First and 10. Woodson showing blitz. Woodson comes. Here he is bearing down on Brady. Calls the fumble. Beacon dives on the ball. The Raiders have the ball. The Raiders take over as Charles Woodson came on a corner blitz and he rocked his former Michigan teammate, the guy who lockered only 2 stalls away from him in Ann Arbor, and knocked the ball away. And Greg Beaker dives on it. And the Raiders take over at midfield. The Patriots are out of timeouts. The Raiders are 143 away.
And just like that, poof, it's gone. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. I'm the only one that cares. Nobody cares about that. The funny thing is about that game, a lot of people weren't even fucking Raider fans when that game happened. A lot of people that are Raider fans now that say they don't care about that game or what happened aren't even Raider fans now. And the other ones are such sissy la-las that of course they don't care if we win, dude. They're the same ones that have been wanting us to tank, right? The same ones, the loser Raider fans have been wanting us to tank, have no problem with that game at all. So, you know, that's funny to me. How's everybody doing? How you guys doing? First of all, thoughts and prayers to SoCal, man. I know Southern California, it's like zombie land out there, zombie zone, all the fires and stuff. So prayers to anybody that's caught up in all that, man. Got a bunch of things I want to get into. You know, pretty comical. All the loser Raider fans that were all over Tommy T's nuts are, you know, probably pretty upset that Raiders moved on from Tommy T nuts, you know. So, and we'll talk about it a little bit. There's a few things I want to talk about. I want to talk about that, some coaches, and one quick side note before I get in the chat here. Do you guys remember Greg Papa, legendary play caller for the Raiders back in the day? Greg Papa got canned from the Raiders. Do you guys remember why Greg Papa got shit canned from the Raiders? Anybody remember the situation that led to his being relieved of his duties from being able to cover the Raiders? So now when you hear touchdown Niners, all that was because the owner, Mark Davis, wanted to hire or interview Mike Shanahan after the whole Broncos era. Okay, Al Davis passes away. Mark Davis wanted to try to bring in Mike Shanahan to be our coach. You know what Greg Papa said? He said, your dad, Al Davis, hated Mike Shanahan, and your dad would never want or allow Mike Shanahan to be our coach. And Greg Papa not just voiced his opinions to Mark Davis, but he also put it out in the open on the airwaves back in the 95.7 The Game. And that was the last of Greg Papa. So no matter how much he gave to this team or loved this team or touchdown Raiders, we all love that. Touchdown Raiders! All that went poof because Greg Papa was loyal to Al Davis and loyal to the Raiders and Raider Nation. And Mark Davis didn't like that. So Mark Davis shit canned him. So think about that when we're analyzing this team and shit. So what's up, everybody, man? Jimmy Guns, Raiders. What up? You forgot the R, but he said Raids. Nice, Jimmy. Rebel Raider, what up, what up? RNFL, what up? Michael 918, salute. Love everybody, man. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe. I appreciate you. Thanks for giving me a little bit of your time. Tommy T-Nuts was held accountable, and I will give that to them. He was, man. He was, which is why I was laughing when this shit began, dude. Now everybody got what they wanted. This will be a long road ahead. Facts. We're going to talk about it. He said, what is it? Crushesty 65. What's up, motherfuckers? What's up, man? Hopefully you're doing good. He said, Jason, what up, bro? He said, laugh out loud. Sandra has nothing to do what happens on the field. Man, I'm working right now, LA County, breathing ashes, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, RNFL, man. Stay safe out there, bro. Hopefully your home is okay and all your family members, man. I know that shit's fucking crazy out there. Papa wouldn't make the switch to Vegas. That was probably part of it, but it was more than just that, bro. Hang in there. Appreciate you guys. Cleta Bartley says it's like dad passing down his card collection to his son, and his son left all his friends but fingerprints and fucked up the corners. Damn. Nice. I like that comment. I like that. Well said. Chaos Raider, what up, big dog? He said, I hated that Art Shell was fired for him. Yeah, that was fucking shitty too. Patriots only have one R. Just getting ready. Nice. All right, so first of all, obviously we all know Tom Telesco was let go. I was trying to get this thing going before the Penn State game, Penn State and the Notre Dame, but wasn't able to do it. Had to take care of some stuff, but here I am. So what do you guys think about Tom Telesco? You guys happy, excited? I mean, I was laughing. I mean, it's like kind of a sick kind of thing. I just think it's funny because all the people that were anti and like, well, most of them that were anti Antonio Pierce are probably pissed off that Tommy T Nuts got let go. So you know, the people that were all over Tommy T Nuts and anti Antonio Pierce, now they got to do a reevaluation of what the fuck, you know. And for anybody questioning if this is going to be a rebuild or not, you just have your answer today, right? And I'm not exactly happy about it because I'm pissed off, but it's funny to me. It's funny to me because I can see this shit coming a mile away, bro. I called this out, dude. I said Tommy T Nuts set up Antonio Pierce for failure, right? And you know, some people think I'm crazy or whatever, and they want to, you know, run their mouth about whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just the facts, guys. He was a leader that did not have the best interest for the Raiders. He had the best interest for himself. And at least, like our NFL said, is well said, that the Raiders at least held him accountable, because that's my thing. Hold everybody accountable. Nobody gets a fucking freebie, dude. You know, I'm tired of people getting freebies on the fucking Raiders. So you know what? As much as, you know, I may not be a huge Tom Brady supporter, at least him coming in, you know, they're going to start from scratch. So then, you know, to me, my brain starts thinking instantly, you know, after like I'm laughing, you know, a little bit because I just think this shit's like too funny to me, you know, in a sadistic kind of way. I just start thinking like, what's the game plan, you know? And so then my brain starts going all these different directions of what's going to be the plan. Like what should the Raiders do? What do other people think the Raiders are going to do? And then what are the Raiders probably most likely going to do? The Raiders are probably going to do the decision that I least want. We'll talk about it at the end here. But, you know, there's a couple scenarios that I think now that Tommy T Nuts is gone, that we could still have a good team and be fast tracked to be a good, successful franchise. None of them are ideal. It has to do with my thumbnail. Some of them are pretty tinfoil hat-ish. Some of them are hard for me to digest. But it's, you know, something that I've thought about. So what I want to talk about John Gruden. I want to talk about Bill Belichick. I want to talk about Ben Johnson. I want to talk about Deion Sanders. The Sanders thing will be last. So, you know, each of these scenarios I'm trying to think, because like, look, you don't get rid of your general manager, as most of us probably know, but you don't get rid of your general manager unless you're preparing for a bigger, better move, you know. And I'm not even saying for like a master GM kind of thing, like GM coach thing. It might be to give full control of this team to somebody else. So then if you're going to give full control of the team to somebody else, who's it going to be? And the two that come to mind, well, there's three. But the two, if you were going to give a seasoned coach the reins, it would probably be John Gruden or Bill Belichick. Now, to be honest with you guys, like I know the whole Gruden email thing. I'm not going to revisit that. I know some people are completely off Gruden. The thing that I want is the thing that most likely they won't do. And, you know, what I want is Gruden to come back. You know, I mentioned it last time. I don't think it would happen because the NFL, the Brady, the Tuck rule. So even though I want the Gruden thing, it's not necessarily because I think Gruden's the best coach, but because I know he loves the Raiders, and because damn, I would love to get a Super Bowl victory with John Gruden, dude. The Super Bowl victory that was taken away from us when we played the Buccaneers against John Gruden. Like, can you like just let him win one fucking Super Bowl and then kick him to the fucking curb, you know? Like, this dude got fucking such a shitty hand from the Raiders both times, and all he fucking did was love the Raiders and was trying to, like, in my opinion, do what was best to bring a championship back to the Raiders, Raider Nation. And anybody that wants any resemblance of the Al Davis legacy or the respect for Al Davis and what it means to be a Raider, there's only one guy left, in my opinion, that could do that, and that's John Gruden. Nobody else out there, in my opinion, can help pass the torch to the next guy to continue the Al Davis legacy. But we're also living in a completely different era where now you have Tom Brady as a part owner coach who owns 5% of the team. But not just that, if you total up the total amount of percentage of the team that Mark Davis has sold 25% of the team. So what does that mean? If Mark Davis sold 25% of the team, how much, to these business investors, how much do you guys think these business investors have in a say in what happens to the Raiders? And how much do these business investors care about the Raiders, and how much of them are more suit and tie and they just care about profitability? So when these business investors make their decisions, because that's what's happening now, it's not necessarily even Mark Davis making these decisions. And there's a good argument that Mark Davis should not be making these decisions because he's been so terrible at it. But nevertheless, if you look at the business aspect and the suit and tie people, the business investors that have a lot of money invested in the Raiders now, how much say are they going to want to have, and what direction are they going to want to go, and what situation helps bring the most profitability to Vegas out of all of them? The Gruden, the Belichick, the Ben Johnson, the Deion Sanders. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know the answer. It's the one I least want, but it's probably the most probable, which would be the Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is probably the most likely scenario if you want to increase your revenue, build up hype, sell these things, these black things that we love to wear called jerseys. It's Deion Sanders. And we'll get into that here in a minute. But let's kind of walk it back. We'll kind of go down the line. But those are some my initial thoughts when things happen. My brain starts running and I start thinking in 1,000 different directions. So we'll get into Belichick here, get in the chat, see if you guys got anything good to say. Well, you guys always have good stuff to say. I don't mean it like that. But see what you guys have to say, and then kind of continue on with Belichick, some of these other coaches and stuff. So, all right. Hopefully everybody's doing good. All right. Jay said only negative on Telesco was he missed on a QB. He was betting Penix falling to him and it failed. Nah, I don't believe that, Jason, dude. I appreciate that. I mean, what you said is factual to some degree, but the other part is that he signed Gardner Minshew and he did not give Josh Jacobs a contract. So there was other things outside of the draft that he did that was just not good. He needs to be held accountable. So I'll just leave it at that. We've been on rebuild for 20 years. Facts, Chaos. It's fucking sad, bro. It's pathetic. 3-time shout out to you. Said 4-13. Clean house. Fuck it. That's kind of where I'm at, man. I'm just like, fuck it. How's it go? Salute, man. Ain't seen you in a minute. No team has interviewed Gruden. Wonder why? Probably because no one wants him, bro. Gruden laughed at our face when he beat his Bucks. Keep it a buck. Well, dude, yeah, but he got shit canned, bro. His last game was the Tuck game, dude, and then he got kicked to the curb, man, in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But he got shit canned, dude. He got traded by Al Davis, dude. Of course you're going to be butthurt, man. I was butthurt that whole year that Gruden was on another team and not on our team because I knew we were going to win a Super Bowl with that fucking dude, So if you want to keep it a buck in there as well. The Raiders, the only reason why the Raiders were good was because John Gruden built that team, and the Raiders were using John Gruden's playbook that whole entire year that we went to the Super Bowl, bro. So keep it a buck, man. Imagine Gruden as a HCAP assistant coach. Nice. Bring Chucky Carr back. Let him cook, man. That might be a Mark Davis move. I don't think that's the business investor move. It's one of the things we'll talk about coming up here. He said, "Bull, what the fuck haircut?" Mark D sucking Brady's ball sack. So I'm here. Listen. I'm sure he's listening to him close so he can hear the shit forming in his stomach, dude. Damn, dude. That's fucking, I'm pretty hardcore. That was fucking hardcore. That's like the hardcore comment of the night, bro. Yeah, dude. I don't see Sanders going to the NFL. He just got recruited number 1 QB in the country to go to Colorado. Maybe. We're going to talk about it coming up here, though, bro. and get your guys' opinion on it. All right, Raider 7528 shout, bro. He said Raiders are basically sweetening up the pot. It's a simple way to lure the big names, coaches in and give them full power, because simply this is not a hot spot for coaches, no QB, running back, etc. I got you, bro. I got you, man. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I mean, you know, and I kind of heard a little bit of that today. So, I mean, it's interesting, you know, it is interesting for sure. Thrash, what up, big dog? Ain't seen you in a minute, dude. Salute to you. Hopefully doing good. Yo, Raider. Said I'm gonna put my head through the TV next year if we have Sanders and Sanders next year, bro, dude. Dude, we're gonna change it. Yo, Raider, we're gonna change it to Raiders of Our Lives. Instead of that soap opera Days of Our Lives, it's gonna be Raiders of Our Lives. Straight up, man. Chaos said, also don't forget, most of our players were stuck in Mexico before the Super Bowl. Yeah. There's a lot of strange things about that. AG Raider, dude, what up? Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Let's get our tinfoil Speedos ready to go. Hell yeah. Rebuild number 715 will work out, dude. And you know what? I told you guys, dude. I mean, like, I don't want to be I told you so, guys, but what did I say? I said we're going to have a rebuild. We're going to talk about Max Crosby coming up here. And then one of the things I said was oh, I'm drawing a blank. I had it earlier. I don't think I wrote it on my notes. Give me a second. I was talking to Jimmy Guns about it, and then let me go to my text. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, apologize. Drew blank. Remember when I said, guys, because keep this in context before we go through these like coaches real quick. I said last show, or is the show before, but I said Tom Telesco is not the cornerstone piece to this franchise, because some people were saying, we were talking about like if Max Crosby were to get traded, and I've been vocal, I don't want Shedeur Sanders, but nevertheless, let's just kind of look at it. What I said was if like say the Raiders guy is Shedeur Sanders, and if Tom Telesco don't want to get the job done, they will get rid of him and somebody else can do the job, like a Champ Kelly. Okay. And I meant that. I really did, because if Tom Telesco don't want to trade up because that's against his little philosophy or whatever, excuse me, against his philosophy, then the Raiders will just get rid of his ass. And that's exactly what happened. You know, I'm not saying exactly it was because of this. It was probably multi things. But if for some reason, you know, say Mark Davis and Tom Brady is interviewing Tom Telesco and asking him if he's willing to trade up in the draft, and if Tom Telesco says no, that's like your defining moment where, well, you're not going to be a Raider next year and it's not a good fit, you know? So, I think that's important, because I was there and I was like, some people think Tom Telesco is the cornerstone piece to the franchise. And I said, no, he's not the cornerstone. If he don't want to play ball and trade up, he'll be gone. And guess what? He's gone. So, you know, I'll just kind of leave it at that. So, and you got to think, remember, these new investors, they're going to be about money, return on investment. That's all they care about. They don't care about the silver and black and the shield and the Raider way. All they care about is return on investment. So just keep that in mind with whatever opinion you have or whatever we're thinking about, because they don't think like most of us. We think in our fandom and with our heart, and we bleed silver and black. We're all like, I'm hardcore Raider, but we're all hardcore Raider fans. But they don't think like that. They think dollars and cents, and their money is, or their, you know, what makes them tick. Their color isn't silver and black; it's green, the color of money. You know. And that's where their hearts are, where our hearts are invested in the silver and black, you know? All right, Jimmy said, poor Mark had to hear about how great of a son Brady must be, and how proud his father is for years at the dinner table. Mark would run upstairs, toss his My Chemical Romance tape on, crying. Damn. Yo, Raider said, I can't take it anymore, bro. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's therapy session, man. Get it out, bro. Get it out. Just not Belichick. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Man, the Raider way is dying, guys. It's dying, man. The Patriot way lives on, and the Raider way is dying. And if you're ever in doubt, right? Like if you're ever like not sure how you should feel about all this, okay? And you ever like you're just not sure. Let me just help you out. I am here to help you. I am here for you. Let me help you. Let me help you with this.
Redmonder was left out of a gun. 1st and 10. Woodson showing blitz. Woodson comes. Here he is bearing down on Brady. Calls the fumble. Beacon dives on the ball.
And that's all you need, man. If you're ever in question if you should go the Raider way or the Patriot way, you know, me and Jimmy were joking around. I was going to try to find a sweatshirt and cut off the sleeves like Bill Belichick and wear one of the Bill Belichick sweatshirts for doing this show. But I couldn't bring myself to do it. For one, I don't have a sweatshirt to trash. And for two, I don't want anything to resemble a Patriot or a Bill Belichick. But it is something we have to consider. It's something we have to consider because we're on a whole different realm now, guys. We are, you know, and that will just be we'll just be real about it. Chemical Romance is that motherfucker is crying his pillow. Creed, take me higher. Nice. Breaking news: Adrian, I don't know, Warnowski just announced on Twitter Raiders are bringing back Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler. So crazy, sad to think it might be an option. John Redder 98. Salute, man. Appreciate you, bro. Always try to, my brother. Always try to, my brother. I piss people off, but just trying to be real about it, dude. You know, look at it from all angles. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around if we want to tank, you're a loser. Yeah. Something you should think about, Raider Rich. And I'll just leave it at that, bro. Really need to marinate on that. I hope we get Travis Hunter, even if it costs Max to get the pick. Never has had 15 sacks and now injury prone, so maybe time. I have a little short snippet in here about Max too. Raider Way been dead for 40 years. Please don't say that. He said no. I'm tired of losing so much. Should I drop the StreamYard link? Does anybody want to join me in here? You don't have to, but if you want to, one of you guys can hop in here if you want. We can go through the rest of these coaches together. You give your opinion as well. Man, if JMD and DZ come back, I will literally rip my dick off. Oh, damn, dude. At least put some Diddy oil on it before you do that, bro. At least put the Diddy oil on it before you do that. That way it's not as painful. You don't raw dog it as bad. He said Mark fired Telesco after drafting Bowers, JPJ, and Glaze. I can't go back to GMs that are draft busts, overpay vets, and don't produce. And it's the coach's bitch. Nice. Oh, bro. Ben Johnson interview tomorrow. Let's go. Yeah. AG Redder said it's all about the money. That's why affording a home game, you have to give your firstborn collateral. Yeah, because the Raider tickets are so expensive, and they just went up, man. Raider Paul, salute, bro. Hopefully doing good. Everybody else, is Circus in here? Did I miss Circus? Where's Circus Raider at, bro? Oh, right there. Sorry. What's up, Circus Raider? Ain't seen you in a minute. I was just going through reading stuff so fast I didn't say your name. Sorry, bro. Hopefully doing good, Circus Raider. Ain't seen you in a minute. Hopefully doing good. All right. Oh, is James Furpo in here? I gotta do something. Hold on. Where is James Furpo in here? No, I don't think he is. Fuck. Hopefully he comes in here. I forgot to do it last time. I was gonna give James a wrench because I told him I would. All right. Well, James, if you're in here, put a comment in the chat so I can click on your name and give you a wrench, bro. All right. So anyways, all right, Belichick. What are the pros and cons? Like, man, this is hard for me to swallow, guys. This really is. This is like even hard for me to want to talk about. I thought about talking about this and Deion Sanders as our coach like about a month ago. And I started taking some notes, but then I was like, dude, I couldn't stomach it, guys. I couldn't, dude. I was like, I can't do a show talking about Bill Belichick being our coach and fucking Deion Sanders, dude. I couldn't bring myself to it, but I got to do it, dude. We have to talk about it because it could be a real possibility. And I just was like, I didn't want to put it out in the open, dude. I did not want to manifest it into like real time or whatever, you know? Before we talk about Belichick, all right, when it comes to the Tuck game, I know I'm probably a rare minority that still is not over the Tuck game, and that's fine if I'm the minority, all right? I'll shoulder that shit, okay? However, I want to ask you guys a couple questions, and let's be like a little bit real here. First question, are you superstitious about football and the Raiders? You know? Are you superstitious about football and the Raiders? Is my first question. My second question is, if the answer is yes, and you are superstitious, my next question I would ask, do you think the Raiders are cursed? It's an honest question, and it sounds crazy, but do you think the Raiders are cursed? And my third question would be, if your answers are yes and yes, my third question would be, do you think the Raiders are cursed because of the Tuck game? Or do you think the curse was before the Tuck game? Because there's arguments that if you do think they're cursed, that it might go before the Tuck game. But definitely, like, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, like, I'm not very superstitious on a lot of things, but without a shadow of a doubt, I think the Raiders are cursed. And I think we're cursed because of the Tuck game. And then my last question would be, if we are cursed because of the Tuck game, what is it going to take to break the Tuck game curse? Because we've been cursed, man. I don't care who you are. Like, this whole clown show, and people be like, we sucked for 40 years. Yeah, you're right. I mean, congratulations. You hit the nail on the head, buddy. But it's not 40 years. We had 3 years where we were pretty good with John Gruden. But other than those 3 years, the run up to that Super Bowl, yeah, we weren't very good. So if you look at it, for me, it's like, my question is, what the fuck is it going to take to break the Tuck game curse? It was the rise of Tom Brady and him being put on the NFL pedestal, and it was the fall of the Raiders and the start of the downfall of the Raiders, and we've been cursed like ever since. I truly believe that, you know? And people be like, I don't believe in curses, and I'm not exactly talking about a voodoo curse. I mean, like, something has to happen, like, pivotally, to where whether it's like a coach or a quarterback or something to like break this chain of mediocrity and bullshit and bring us back to greatness. So to me, it's not like, you know, get a voodoo doll and rub it or dig up the fucking whatever the fuck it was that a Chiefs guy buried at our stadium or, you know, whatever. But like, I'll be honest. I thought Gruden being our coach was going to break the curse. I really did. I was like, finally, Gruden will get his redemption. And when Gruden's our coach and we win a Super Bowl with John Gruden, we will break the fucking Tuck curse finally. And it looked like it was rough there for a while. I don't think people, give Gruden enough credit for like what he did for this organization to move us from Oakland to Las Vegas and still keep fans like intrigued and interested and stuff. I was going to write the Raiders off until Gruden came on. I'm not saying I was going to like necessarily stop being a Raiders fan, but I wasn't going to be like a diehard, hardcore Raider fan, So for me, when Gruden came on board, and there was some stuff questionable Gruden. It's not like it was all sweet cakes and lollipops. No, I'm not saying that. Okay. But for me, I was like, what is it going to take to break the Tuck curse? And I thought it would be Gruden. I really did. And then we go from him telling us that it wasn't a rebuild to then all of a sudden, obviously, rebuild, get rid of Mack, Amari Cooper, blah, blah, blah. We all know it. Moving from Oakland to Vegas, that was extremely tough. And then let's not forget, because a lot of us forget, the first year in Vegas, we didn't have fans in our stadium because of the cough thing going on, the cough virus. So I'm not going to say the actual name because it's cancel culture, but, when the cough thing was going on, it pissed me off because they're like, no fans in any of the stadium. I'm like, you're telling me we waited all this long, we can't have fans in our stadium. And then the following year, you couldn't have fans in the stadium unless they got the jab. And that pissed me off as well. That was the start of me where I lost a lot of respect for other YouTube content creators and the sheeple out there. And I just distanced myself. I wasn't even going to come back to YouTube at all. If I'm being real with you guys, I wasn't. Homie Raider Critique reached out to me, and a couple other guys like Southside Raider had hit me up on Twitter. And, if it hadn't been for a few of the followers that been with me since like day one, honestly, guys, I would have never came back to do Raider videos. And I'll go sometimes spurts without doing shit. Most of you guys know that I'll go kind of dormant. A lot of it's because I have a busy life, work life, family, stuff like that. But it's also because some of the shit, like when I think I'm right, or I think I'm pretty close to being right, like I also don't want it out in the open, dude. I don't want to be negative towards my team. I really don't, but I also want to be real about it, dude. So anyways, rambling a little bit, apologize. But the point is, do you guys think that it was going to, are you guys like me superstitious, or do you guys, and maybe I'm just crazy or whatever, but do you think that Gruden would have broke the Tuck curse? I think it's an honest question. I really do, and he got dealt a shitty hand from the cough virus and no fans in the stadium. Not being able to interview your draft players, and everybody, breaks his balls about the draft, but we forget that the college players weren't playing for a portion of that period, and they weren't able to interview them. So John Gruden was there through two crazy events: the move from Oakland to Vegas, and then with the cough virus going on, you can't interview and you can't interact with people, all this weird shit. And then and then we finally start looking like we're on the up and up and we're going to have a good season. Was it year 3 or 4 with Gruden? And he gets canceled. Not saying I'm not excusing his emails, but you look at the whole thing, it's really fucking weird. I'm sorry, guys. It's weird. And I'm still not even over that. So as I talk about Belichick coming up here, it's going to be hard for me, because when I watch that Tuck game or I see a clip, I should pull it up. Actually, fuck it. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up right now. Let me see if I can find it. What is it? Say John Gruden, Tuck game picture in bathroom. Let's see if I can find something. Oh, here it is. You guys have probably seen this. I don't care. I'm going to play anyways. I already got flagged my last video, and that shit I showed you guys I got flagged for. I'll probably get flagged again if I'm being real with you guys, but whatever. They really like me, and I really like them too.
But there's one picture I keep in the bathroom where I get sick. This is what I have in here. I have a picture of the Tuck room. Still makes me sick. When I think of the Patriots, I can't help but go to my knees. I can't get over that Tuck rule.
And I can't fucking either, dude. I wished I could, guys. I wished I was okay with hold on, turn this stupid thing off. I wished I was okay with just bending over to the NFL and Tom Brady and the Patriots and everything, and be okay with it and just say, you know what, man, the Raider way is dead, and I salute the Patriot way. I'm not worthy, Tom Brady. I'm not worthy, Tom Brady. I'm not worthy. Wayne's World style, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's funny to me, man. It's fucking funny to me, man. All right, get in. Let's kind of see what you guys are saying here. All right. I think 3 times said Belichick can't win without Brady as QB. Belichick is Patriots way. Belichick. Oh, no. Why didn't I pull it? Oh, there we go. Belichick may be rejuvenated with 24-year-old Gucci. Yeah, I did. When he got that college coaching job at UNC or whatever, I was thinking, I'm like, man, he's going back to his youth, literally, because his girlfriend and the college he went to. He's like, it's like, you guys remember the movie Half Baked? who remembers the movie Half Baked? Did you guys know that was Matthew McConaughey's first movie? And in that movie, Matthew McConaughey's like I think they're at like a gas station or something, and they pulls up and he's like, all right, all right, all right. And he's like, man, these girls, he's like, I keep getting older, but they, or what does he say? Hold on a second. He says, I ain't seen that movie in a long time. He says, I keep getting older, but the girls stay the same age or some shit. It's like, or he's like, he says they keep getting older and I'm the same age or some shit. But it's a pretty funny like line in that movie. But that's Belichick. He's like, man, I keep getting older, and the girls are like, so pretty funny, man. He says, there's more teams cursed than us. You could say that, bro. Lions, Browns, and both never won a championship. Lions might be turning around finally. Yes, very superstitious. I don't think they are cursed, just very disliked NFL because Al was such a G. Facts, bro. Fear Raiders, salute. Hopefully you're doing good. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Superstitious, yes. The Raiders are cursed because of the tuck rule. That's where I'm at, bro. And like other things, I'm not very superstitious on, dude, but the Raiders, like some of this is like fucking too crazy. All right, Thrash said, yes, yes, yes. I think I'm the curse. I started to care about football and the Raiders the years before the tuck rule. Oh, it's your fault, Thrash, bro. It's your fault, man. Tom Brady is the only one to reverse the tuck rule curse. Could be, bro. Could be. And that's all I want to talk about, man. We're going to break it finally. Pray for Ben Johnson, guys. I hope so, man. He said, make the team untuck their picks and be men nice. Brady joining the Raiders either changes how much the NFL hates us or absolutely destroys Brady's legacy. Facts. I agree. That's very well said. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's real, dude. To be honest with you guys, are we still going to be the hated, villain? Or are we going to be the loved Brady, and they're going to give us a quarterback that they're going to, not call any penalties against our team anymore, and they're going to call them against the other teams? I don't know. It's a good question. Even though the Raiders went to the Super Bowl after we never recovered. Facts, bro. It's facts, man. Gruden is cursed on the Raiders. I don't think it's Gruden, dude. I think it's cursed because we moved to LA from Oakland. Hasn't been right since we won that Super Bowl and threw it in P. Rozelle's face, even though I love that shit. Nice, bro. Nice, yo. Raider. Go dig up that ball up in Oakland. I would like to say that you're talking about the ball from Tony Sperano. Rest in peace. But we were cursed long before Tony became our coach. But yeah, I like that. We should dig up that ball, though. At least go give it to his wife or something. We should have never traded Chucky. Facts, man. Facts. Rich said, oh, now it makes sense. So no, because that was part of the curse. Henry Ruggs, yeah. Chandler Jones. It goes on and on, bro. No, but you're right. Henry Ruggs, every year. Think about this. I was telling my wife this last night, dude. I know I ramble a lot. I'm sorry, guys. We'll get to the Belichick stuff, but some of this is like, it's pretty crazy. Okay, let's think about this for a second. All right, so this year, what was the drama with this year? The offseason, it was pretty calm, collected, not too much, right? I'm like, dude, the one off season, it's going to be like, this is what it would be like to be a fan of another team, like just a normal like off season, right? And then the bombshell news drops about Antonio Pierce and a bankruptcy and a lawsuit. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, there goes that, And then we get into the season and it's the, Devontae Adams bullshit. So there's that. What happened the previous year? Oh, that was the Josh Jacobs holdout when McDaniels didn't want to give Josh Jacobs a contract. And then during the season last year, obviously McClown gets fired. Antonio Pierce comes in. And I'm probably going to miss something. And wasn't that the Chandler Jones year? The Chandler Jones year. So definitely tons of drama within that. The year prior. So now we'd have to go to it was like 20. I can't even do the math in years right now. It's like drama years. I can't even do numerical years. It's just drama years, dude. So before Chandler Jones was when Carr was our quarterback. So that would have been the year that, that would have been the year that John Gruden got shit canned. We were doing pretty good. And then Henry Ruggs and that whole deal. And then the year prior to that was, I guess, the jab year, where you had to have the jab to get in the stadium. The year before that was the year, like, no, and I'm probably missing some drama within players, but the year before that was like, no fans were allowed in the stadium or any stadiums. It's probably a good thing because the Raider Stadium probably wasn't built fully, They said it was on time, on budget. I doubt it. But so there's that. And then the year prior was like the move from like Oakland, to Vegas, or when we were in Oakland, and just like, Antonio Brown. You can't forget about Antonio Brown. Like some of the shit, like, you can't make up. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally like every year, and it's not just normal football like stuff or football drama. It's like extreme shit, dude. Like Chandler Jones, like that dude, like smoked way too much crack, and his brain is fried, and like that dude went off the fucking deep end. Antonio Brown, and like, just like, I thought Devontae Adams was cool, was going to be chill, and like he comes off the fucking handle. So it's always like extreme craziness. There's never like a normal fucking off season or time with the Raiders, So, yeah, man, it's every year. G Raider said, there's a Davis family curse that started when Chucky was traded. Says Tanoda drafting QBs doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't know, man. I'm like extra tinfoil hat right now about some of this, but it's just like, it's fucking weird. We have Felt Ruggs, AB2, Carr walking with no compensation, Jacobs, no compensation, horrible drafting. It's just been wonderful, man. It's been a great life to be a Raiders fan, bro. That's the season we went to the playoffs and lost to the Bengals because refs fucked us. Yeah, refs always fuck us though, bro. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Ryan Miller, shout to bro. So we were like 3-1 when he got canceled. So I like Gruden definitely had us on track again. And then the team still make the playoffs that year. So sucks he didn't get to see it through. Yep. He got fucked at least 2 times, the Raiders, man. And multiple times within each situation. I mean, even if you look at the first run with Gruden, dude, you got to remember Rich Gannon gets taken out by Saragusa and the Ravens. How many Raider fans remember that game? Saragusa takes out Rich Gannon in the AFC Championship game, and boom, So Mark Davis sells the Raiders. The curse might be lifted just as long as Tom Brady isn't the majority owner. I mean, but do you really who do you think is going to be the owner of the Raiders? I mean, it's probably going to be Tom Brady, if I'm being real with you, bro. And we got to consider that when we're looking at these coaches. But I hear you, bro. The phantom whistle against the Bengals, our O-line pissed at Carr for kneeling, or maybe he didn't let High get injured. I don't mean by High get injured, but let's go Texas tomorrow. What are you guys rooting for Penn State and Notre Dame? He said that's not half baked. No, you're talking about what Matthew McConaughey? No, that's Dazed and Confused. Pulls up, he's like, Matthew McConaughey's like, all right. We were 3-1 when Gruden got canceled, so he definitely had us on track. Then Tim Silva playoffs. What was that, repeat, or did I mess up? They just said fired Telesco because Ben Johnson wants full control. We'll see. That could be right, but I think that's also kind of more on the assumption. Raider Ben, what up, big dog? He said, just Patriot, baby. Damn, Ben went there. Fucking Ben, dude. I love it, dude. Nice comment, Ben. Hopefully you're doing good, bro. Raider Ben, Tom not a Patriot no more. He's a Raider. He said only if you knew what a troll was, Paul. Nice. I knew Ben was trolling me, dude. I love Raider Ben. He's funny as hell, dude. Dazed and Confused, yeah. What happened to Georgia? I'll see about college like that, Paul. Yeah, Ben just likes Georgia. Anybody wants to pull up? Let me know. I'll just put it in right now. we can talk about this if anybody does want to pull up. A few things I want to talk about. I was going to try to make this a quick show, but all right. So I put the StreamYard link if anybody wants to pull up. Don't forget about Damon Arnett. Yeah, there's a lot of draft picks, bro. And Antonio Brown. Yep. I know. The Mac trade happened. I know. It's all fucked, man. He said Chandler Jones knew Josh McDumbass was a turd. That, or maybe he just went to too many P. Diddy's parties with him and McClown or something, dude. He got like perma-fried or something. Carr's actually very steady dude. Yeah, he was. Probably heard Ben Johnson. Coker's never a good combo for a millionaire. Damn. Even Terrell Pryor had some problems with college. We couldn't play him either. Then I forget how we lost him to the Browns. Yeah, and then he ended up being a wide receiver. Dude, you look at it, Thrash, that's a good point about Terrell Pryor. You think about it, like back in the day, Terrell Pryor was not that good of a quarterback, but like a running style, mobile / running style, like whatever. Terrell Pryor is what what the teams want now. Think about that. Back then nobody wanted the guys like Terrell Pryor. Now everybody wants them. So Tom Brady is the next owner, 100%. I feel it, man. Even if I don't want it, I feel it. Wish I was at work. I'll jump in. It's all good. All right, so let's get into Belichick. The good, the bad, the ugly. If Belichick was our coach. All right, first of all, Bill Belichick, he's got a $10 million buyout. Okay, so you'd have to pay the $10 million buyout, plus we'd have to pay him whatever amount of money he wants. So he's probably going to want $15 million, per year. So you have to pay $10 million to the buyout before the June deadline. If you waited till after June, I think it's like $1 million, but you can't wait until after June if you were to get Belichick with, obviously free agency, the draft, all that stuff. So the after June deadline is not even something to consider. So if you wanted Belichick, a lot of things would have to happen, right? Besides just the contract with North Carolina. One, I think you can't have a general manager in place if we're just being real about it, right? A general manager in place, Belichick's going to want to come in and he's going to want to take like pretty much full control of the team and whatnot. Now, Belichick, you think about it, the dollars and cents, how much hype is Belichick going to bring to the Raiders? And then you got to ask what coaching staff, who's going to be the offensive coordinator? Hopefully it's not Josh McDaniels, dude. I'm done with that fucking dude. I don't know if they would bring in like a makeshift general manager. How's Belichick and Tom Brady going to get along? There's a lot more questions than answers, because Belichick's more of a defensive mind, but I do think Belichick's smart enough to have some control over the offense. You see a lot of stuff back in the day where Belichick and Brady would talk about the upcoming game plan and stuff. So it wasn't like Belichick was so involved with the defense that he never talked to Tom Brady or the game plan, going against another team or whatever. So Belichick was very involved, would he fit being a Raider? There's a lot more questions than answers. Besides obviously my kind of funny question, like, would it break the Tuck curse? I don't know, man. Like, I don't think the Coach Gruden thing coming back to the Raiders, I don't think is realistic. Even if you had a good GM that could draft better than Gruden, there'd probably be clash there because Gruden would want control as well. But, there is a scenario I thought of that could do like kind of everything. It's like you kill like a bunch of birds with one stone kind of thing. And that is this. What if you bring in Bill Belichick to be the head coach? You bring in, I can't even say it, dude. It would never happen. I know it would never happen. I can't say it with a straight face. All right. You have Belichick as your head coach. You have John Gruden as the offensive coordinator. I don't think Gruden would want to be like in second place to anybody in the NFL. And if Gruden was going to be an offensive coordinator for a team or a coach, there's probably only one coach in the world I think he might consider doing it for. And I don't think it's Andy Reid. I think him and Andy Reid have like a kind of a rivalry, like a friendly rivalry, but I don't think Gruden want to be second fiddle to Andy Reid. But Gruden has always been like, I don't want to say intrigued or infatuated might be the wrong word, but Gruden has always wanted to know, like, it's like a sexy car. Like Gruden's always wanted to lift up the hood and see what's under the hood of the Patriots and Belichick and like pick his brain, And so if Gruden was going to be willing to take a step back and take an offensive coordinator role, I personally do think that Bill Belichick would probably be, if not the only coach, one of the few coaches that John Gruden would ever consider being an offensive coordinator for. And in that scenario, if Gruden, say, was the offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick, not only do you break the Tuck curse, right, by them teaming up instead of being against each other. And I know Gruden probably hates Belichick and Tom Brady, so it's so fucking out there that it would probably never happen. But Gruden could probably learn some stuff from Belichick where Gruden would need to improve. And then maybe after like 2 years of Belichick being the head coach, Gruden could like earn, because see, here's the thing with Gruden, I don't think him come back to the Raiders is realistic, and really any other NFL team to take Gruden as a head coach again is a big risk. I think Gruden almost has to take a lower position like an offensive coordinator and prove that he can make an offense good and kind of settle the waters with some of the shit that he, in those emails and stuff, and kind of earn his way up the ranks again. That's the only way I think Gruden, whether it's the Raiders or another team, would work out, is Gruden being willing to take a step back from the head honcho guy and working his way about it, or back up in the ranks. And Belichick could help him in some areas that Gruden does need improvements, because there was some play calling and some stuff that did happen with Gruden that was not very sexy and stuff, where Gruden definitely needed to get better. But there was also some issues with our offense at times, beyond just the play calling, where players weren't executing like they should have been. So you have to factor that in. The one caveat to all this that I think we all have to consider is that there's a massive lawsuit between John Gruden and the NFL. So this is the X factor, whether it was John Gruden to be the coach for the Raiders, or John Gruden under Belichick, or John Gruden somewhere else. The X factor is going to be the lawsuit. And if say John Gruden if he had dirt or proof on the NFL about the email leakage, and he could hold the NFL, say, accountable or something along those lines, then I could see a scenario or a possibility where Gruden cancels the lawsuit completely against the NFL, and the NFL lets Gruden be a coach again. So let's say Gruden has some information on the NFL, and Gruden has the NFL by the balls. That's a scenario where then the NFL could push a team to hire John Gruden, and it could even be the Raiders. If John Gruden had information on the NFL could decide that, hey, we need to let Gruden be a coach again, or we're fucked. If Gruden has some proof or something, then that's the only scenario I really see the NFL letting John Gruden be an NFL coach, let alone the Raiders. This is the most unlikely scenario. So please understand that. And this is not even I like Gruden. I'd want him to come back. But the Belichick thing, I don't exactly want that. But again, it's not what I want or what you want. What is Tom Brady and the new owners that bought out the 25% from Mark Davis? What do these new owners want in the Raiders and a coach? Is Belichick or Gruden going to build up hype and make the franchise more valuable? Probably not, if I'm being real. Probably not. So both of those are probably the most off-the-wall takes or scenarios, but I think it's something to consider. And I'm just trying to think of the good, bads, and uglies, With both those coaches, they're both old school. So if you want a hype quarterback like Deion Sanders that's going to be filming and showing his watch and stuff, I don't think Shedeur Sanders mixes with Belichick or Gruden, because that's also important. What quarterback style would fit with either of those coaches? Both those guys are a no-nonsense kind of coach, and they're not going to, take any player that's going to want to fuck around and be a jackass or too cute. They aren't built like that, But I do kind of like that in a coach. I like a coach that, isn't going to be fucking around and doesn't want to be like players to be showboating and stuff. All right, we'll get in your chat real quick, and we'll talk about Ben Johnson, Deion Sanders, and get this thing rolling. So you guys are saying real quick. All right. Do we give up 80 and 83 Super Bowls because we had former Patriots on them? We don't have to worry about that. He said he's coaching for North Carolina. Yeah, they all say that, until the money comes in. Just remember that, bro. That, I mean, you're right. He probably is going to stay in North Carolina, but you start flashing money or whatever, money always talks, man. So Bill Belichick's head coaching record without Tom Brady quarterback, 83-104. Good point. Draft, what? Terriota or Taturo McLean in the first, Jalen Miller in the second, Tez Johnson the third, David Martinez fourth, Seinfeld's and play Milrow, Fields, Martinez as a new style wildcat where two can throw. Damn, that was a lot. That's you going wildcat, huh? Wildcat, interesting. I don't see Gruden coming back because Brady is not going to let that happen, especially when he blocked him for playing for us. Yeah, and I said that the other night, and I think I briefly said it now. It is highly unlikely, bro. I agree. Maybe if Gruden had brought Tom Brady in to be a Raider, it might be completely different. But the fact that, Brady was possibly being considered to be a Raider and the Raiders decided to stick with Derek Carr, I agree with you that it's super highly unlikely. But if Belichick was the head coach and Belichick wanted Gruden, or if they worked something out, I think Tom Brady would go along with it, Tom Brady did get blocked by Gruden. So, yeah, I don't see Gruden coming in. Yeah, no, I know. It's far-fetched. I know it is, guys. Yeah. Bring Nick Saban out of retirement. Everything on the table. Hey, that's a good one. Nick Saban. Sam Tanka. How you doing, bro? Salute to you as well. Hope you're doing good. Ryan Miller said, I would love Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, Todd Monken in that order. I like it. Carter at 6 if no QB. Okay. All right. So let's get into Ben Johnson. Try to make this one quick. There's some talk of Ben Johnson and his former general manager is there's a general manager, I think that's like an assistant GM or something of the Bengals that possibly might be considered for like a good like scheme fit or fit with Ben Johnson. So that's something that could work out. Obviously, Ben Johnson's one of the hottest names, with play calling, scheme. You got to think, the Lions quarterback is not a mobile style quarterback. Jared Goff, he's a pocket passer style. So Ben Johnson, I think, would be a good play caller no matter the style quarterback you get. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about drama with Ben Johnson, at least off the bat. You don't have to worry about drama like Gruden and Bill Belichick. You got to worry about some drama, right? Ben Johnson, does he help increase the value of the team and hype? Probably. People probably be excited for a Ben Johnson. But I also think there's a big question mark of Ben Johnson people aren't considering. And if you guys have watched any of John Gruden's stuff, he was asked about, I forget the exact question, but the question was essentially something along the lines of what's the most important thing for a team or building a team or whatever. And John Gruden said an answer that most people would not think of or say. Most people say quarterback or offensive coordinator or something like that. John Gruden said, building your coaching staff. Building your coaching staff is the hardest thing for a team to get right. And I think that's very important. So Ben Johnson, yeah, he's a good play caller, but who's his coaching staff, right? Who's going to be his offensive coordinator, even if he is calling the plays? Who's going to be the special teams guy? Who's going to be the cornerbacks coach, the running back coach, the offensive line coach, does Ben Johnson have a steady pool of guys he can pull from to try to build this team? There's a lot more to building a team than just a general manager, head coach, or scheme or play calling. So I do think there's some negatives with Ben Johnson as well that a lot of people aren't considering. And that is going to be what coaches is he going to have to help build out the style of team that he wants. So that's one of the things I was thinking about. The positive is, obviously, everybody knows I'm not doing a fucking show without talking about my guy, Hendon Hooker, right? We got to talk about Hendon Hooker because if we ain't talking about hookers, we ain't doing it right. But Hendon Hooker, you know, if anybody's going to know if Hendon Hooker is going to be or is a good quarterback or has potential to be a good quarterback, it's Ben Johnson. If anybody's going to have a chance to get Hendon Hooker, it's going to be Ben Johnson. So if you really want Hendon Hooker like this guy, right, and you believe in Hendon Hooker like this guy, if there's anybody that's going to have a shot to get him from the Lions and do a trade, it's going to be Ben Johnson. So, and I still haven't given up on Aiden O'Connell, but if getting Ben Johnson meant you could get a Hendon Hooker, I think I would highly consider that, because in my opinion, I would put Hendon Hooker at the top of this draft besides maybe Drew Allar. If Drew Allar were to come out, my stream thing sucks right now. I can't even watch the damn game because I was trying to have the Penn State game in the background right now. But anyways, so I can watch Drew Allar as I'm talking. But, you know, unless Drew Allar comes out of this draft, I would say that Hendon Hooker is still better than all these quarterbacks in this draft. 10-0. Nice. Penn State on top. So that's kind of where I'm at with Ben Johnson. And then Dion. Prime time action. Of all these coaches, who's going to bring in the most flair, the most money, the most glamour, and the most like sales and revenue to people wanting to come see the clown show of the Raiders? Whatever it is, you know, there's only one guy, guys, and it's Deion Sanders, right? And, you know, people are like, oh, they fired Tom Telesco. They fired Tom Telesco to set, you know, the next coach and up with a good GM or whatever. And I'm telling you, this is the most likely scenario. I'm going to play a clip here real quick with Deion Sanders. Was on Good Morning Football yesterday. I'll probably get flagged. I can't play anything. It's fucking stupid. Fuck you, YouTube. And so I'll probably get flagged for playing this, but I don't care. We're going to play this little quick snippet right here and let you guys hear it and see what you guys think.
It's tough.
But is there a chance that you could head to the NFL?
I know where you're going. you try to go viral, right? Yeah. If I respond, you know we're going viral, right?
I know, right?
You know what? The only way I would consider is to coach my son. Not son. No. Sons. Okay.
I think we're going to go viral with that.
Yeah.
So that's not a no.
Well, I love Colorado. Now, I love my Buffaloes. I love everything that we're building.
So you hear that? He said if he can be on a team, an NFL team, to coach his sons, meaning both sons, not just son, then, you know, he would consider it. So remember, we had Tom Telesco. Everybody's like, he's not willing to trade up in the draft, right? And I was like, people were like, yeah, that's a deal breaker. I'm like, yeah, it's really not. Tom Telesco's not the cornerstone piece to this franchise. And even though I really don't want Shore Sanders, I don't think he's going to be a good quarterback. You know, I think the people, like when I think about the Raiders and how the Raider way is dead and how the Patriot way lives on, which is the title of this show, what I think is that Tom Brady and these new investors only care about money. And I don't even think they care about wins. And the two guys that will bring this franchise the most money is going to be a Deion Sanders and a Shedeur Sanders. As much as, like, I don't know if I'd say I hate to say it, but like for me, like my main concern is winning and trying to win a championship. And I'm not saying Deion won't try to win a championship, but you think about their, like, you know, the film crew, it's like, it's going to be like 24/7 Hard Knocks, man, you know, with these two guys. And it's going to be like a full-time clown show, dude. And who really wants that on their team? I don't personally, and it's not just that portion of it, but like the heat that's going to come with it to, I don't think Shedeur Sanders is that great of a quarterback. But it could happen. And so one of the last shows I did when I said, be prepared for possibility Max Crosby getting traded, or Max Crosby, Michael Mayer, and maybe a third or fourth round draft pick. Like now the Raiders are set up in a position where if the powers that be, it may not even be Mark Davis at this point. It could be Tom Brady and the investors. If they want Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders, they don't have no roadblocks in their way. Tom Telesco is just a roadblock for what they want. And they want that money, and they want Deion Sanders is what I think. And Shedeur Sanders, and remember, Deion said sons, so it means you gotta get both of them. Whether you overdraft the second son, the safety, I forget his first name, so I apologize, but you'd have to move up. And people think it's crazy that Max Crosby wouldn't want to move on, and or that he might move on, or whatever someone's take on it is, that like, oh well, he's always going to be a Raider. I think we all need to slow our roll real quick on the Max Crosby thing, thinking that the Raiders wouldn't be willing to trade Max Crosby, because if you just look at the Max Crosby thing alone, years ago, last year, the year before, Max Crosby's tone was completely different. All the other years, Max Crosby was like, don't trade me. I'm always going to be a Raider. Or like, it wasn't even anything about trades, but like he was never talking like he's going to consider his options. It wasn't like that. His tone has completely changed. And most of the time when players start talking about how they're going to weigh out their options kind of thing, that's almost guaranteed they're out the door. Almost always, not saying it's going to be a fact, but it's looking a lot more close than it ever could that, Max Crosby's next up on the list to be out of here. So the one scenario that I don't want is the Deion and Shedeur show, and it's probably going to happen. So Max Crosby, I know some of you guys probably saw it. Max Crosby did a show, and I'm going to play a couple little clips from this show, a couple sound bites we'll listen to and kind of get your feedback on the Max Crosby thing. Because if you think Max Crosby is not able to be traded, I think you need to listen closely.
This season didn't go the way anybody expected it, to be honest. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean? And for me, like, it's tough. This business is not easy, you know what I mean? And from the coaching side and front office and just constant turnover. And it's something that I, especially, being in with the Raiders, like I've seen, I'm going to be on a new head coach again. This will be the fifth head coach we've had or whatever.
So, I love Max. It's not that I want him gone. So I know other people do, but his tone has changed, man. He's like, I'm on my fifth head coach. And I don't know. What do you guys think, dude? It's James Furpo said, driving right now, stopped alongside the road to yell Raiders. Nice, dude. James, hope you're doing good. Hopefully everybody out there in Cali is hopefully not impacted by these damn this weather too bad. Why won't it let me play the video? Oh, they probably blocked my video again. I'll go to click on my video, and they'll block it real quick. I'm gonna do something. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, managing standard moderator. All right, there you go, James. I gave you a wrench, bro. I forgot to do it the other night because I said I was going to. All right, so James Furpo gave you a wrench, big dog. All right, so 2 more clips I want to listen to. All these are like 15, 20 seconds long, so I'll try to make them quick. I don't want to be too long-winded here, but and put your opinion in the chat because I do care, believe it or not, because I want to see if you guys think I'm just crazy or like if you're feeling the same way like I'm feeling. So
we talked about, like, there's gonna be a lot of decisions to be made. You know, not only for my, you know, on a personal level, like I got to make the decision that's best for me. And I gonna see, you know, there's gonna, obviously we don't know what the coach is gonna look like, the front office. There's gonna be a lot of changes again. And I will say this, like, you know, obviously there's been backs and forth. Everyone has an opinion about this and
everybody has an opinion about this and that. It's different. I'm sorry, guys. It's different, dude. If you're ready to move on from Max, so be it. If you're not ready to move on from Max, this stuff should really concern you. And you can't blame Max, dude. This is not like an attack at Max. This is an attack at a shitty organization that has, like, you know, just constantly done the like dumbest shit. And I think the dumb shit isn't done yet, man. I think, you know, I hate to say it, I just think we're at the beginning of a lot of dumb shit coming down line. Like I said, if you thought this wasn't going to be a rebuild, you better think again. And this is the last thing he said. Listen closely. Make sure you pull it up here.
That's why we do this. Y'all deserve an opinion. Y'all are fans. Y'all want to win. Y'all are frustrated. So am I. I'm a human being, just like everybody else. That's all I want to do is win. So I'm not mad at y'all for having a very strong opinion, but actually.
So anyways, I mean, and you know what? Like, you know, I'm not like tripping. I'm not mad at Max. I want the best for him. There was a game, I can't remember what game it was, but there was a game this year that we lost. And like Max is usually pretty upbeat, positive, and I could see the self-defeat like in his face. Like he looked like one of the few times where you look at a man and you could tell like he's down on his like luck or like, you know, just been defeated, you know, almost like he had given up like spiritually or motivationally, because he's like trying to do an 11-man job by himself, you know, like not everybody's pulling their weight on this team, on this organization. And I'm just like, all I could think of is like when I saw that look on his face, I know that look. I've been there before around other people that aren't putting in the work, and you're like, you know, trying to do everything for the team. And you're just like, you know, it's like, what's the fucking point, you know? And all I could think of is like, man, I hope this doesn't lead to him like not wanting to be a Raider anymore. And then my next thing is like, I hope we can put a smile on Max Crosby's face one day. And like, I truly felt that, man. I could just see his face and I could feel his pain, man. And I've been there, you know, for a long time. You know, I love Max. He does do a lot of talking sometimes, especially last year, talking about getting us a championship and certain shit like that, you know. And, you know, everybody says that. Everybody comes in the Raiders and says they're going to get us a championship. And then here we are, you know, no championship. It's all blah, blah, blah. And I'm not like exactly taking a shot at Max. But if he is gone, then, you know, it will just be another carousel of the failures of the Raiders, you know, not being able to keep their good guys. And of course, everybody will say we can't draft good. You know, I mean, nobody will give Mike Mayock and John Gruden any credit for Max Crosby whatsoever. So what? He wasn't drafted in the first round. Big fucking deal. He's still a great player. That's a Raider and has given this organization everything. So Max, if you see this, I love you, big dog. I want nothing but the best for you, dude. I know you've had a tough go around, and I feel your pain, brother. And I'm sorry. The team I love is such a shitty organization where they can't set people up for success. They let guys like Josh Jacobs go, and they constantly do rebuilds, and they do dumbass decisions. And unfortunately, Max, guys like you who are the heart and soul of this team end up being the sacrificial lamb. And that's probably going to be the outcome where Max will be moved on from because, you know, Tom Brady's not a Raider. He doesn't bleed silver and black. He's never been a Raider. And they're probably not going to make the right decisions. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they make the right decisions. But, you know, I think the one thing that we should all expect moving forward is the unexpected. Be prepared to get kicked in the nuts and for shit to hit the fan and for all hell to break loose, because this thing is probably going to get a lot uglier than it is going to get better. And, if they leverage Max to go get Shedeur Sanders and get that clown show, then just know that the writing was on the wall, guys, long before this thing hit full bore. So, I think that's about it that I wanted to chat with you guys about. We'll see if you guys had anything else to say in the chat. Try to rewind a little bit. All right. Whoops. Tragedy turned triumph. Salute. Hopefully doing good. It said, we're doing a complete rebuild on the staff. Maybe a new DC also. Crazy. Yep. And that's what I tried to warn everybody last time, dude. Before Telesco was even gone, bro. But you're right. Let's tear it all down, man. I don't want it to happen. I'm tired of rebuilds, bro. All right, Sam said, do you think they should hire GM first, then head coach, vice versa? I mean, does it even matter at this point, bro? I mean, I'm not like taking shots at you, but like, no matter what they do, it's like, man. So just like they decided to stick with AOC. I mean, I don't know. What's worse, them sticking with Aiden O'Connell or giving Minshew a ridiculous contract like $15 million per year, bro? That's more ridiculous. Or if you are one of the people that wanted Minshew to start instead of Aiden O'Connell, that's more ridiculous, bro. Because Minshew is not a good quarterback, bro. Ben Johnson could bring Hendon Hooker with him. Too hardcore. Hooker would know his offense. Facts. That's a good point. That there'd be a lot less learning curve. What happened to Hooker? He's in Detroit, bro. The Lions. And again, as far as Hendon Hooker, like I said before, Jared Goff is got a contract. I think it was a 4-year contract or something like that. So Jared Goff's probably not going anywhere, especially if he wins a Super Bowl or goes far in the playoffs again this year. Jason Marshall said it makes perfect sense. Bring Hooker with Johnson, go best player available in the draft. No QB needy. Yep. And we would have 2 years left on Hendon Hooker's contract, because you got to think this would, was his second year. He wasn't drafted in the first round. So you only get him for 4 years before you have to give him a contract, but at least you have him for 2 years to figure out if he's going to be a good quarterback or not, and you can still draft other quarterbacks later in rounds and stuff like that. It's not like completely handicaps you from not exploring other option. Like if you got a Hendon Hooker, depending on what draft capital you had to give up for him, I would still consider maybe Milroe in the second round or Jackson Dart. I would still, as long as you didn't have to give up a second round draft pick to get Hendon Hooker, I would still consider another option. Thrash said, okay, good. I don't really know much about Johnson or if he on the Lions. So I know you love Hooker, but shit, man, the Lions have him. What? Know him? Now him? You guys fuck me up. I'm bad enough at reading. I love you, Jimmy, but like some of your guys texting here like fucks me up, because I'm like, I gotta fix your guys' spell check and shit. And I fuck shit up too when I'm typing. So I know. I know it's like I got fat thumbs, so I fuck it up all the time when I'm typing shit. So it just makes it harder on my end. All right. So I love Hooker. Lions have him, know him, and still sign Teddy Bridgewater. You with Hooker and he with Carr, though. What? Who's he with Carr? I don't know exactly what you're saying, man. Dennis Allen was bottom of the barrel selection. Johnson is the hottest commodity since McVay. Yeah. They said me with Carr, not he. Oh, I got you. Yeah, you're big on Carr like I'm big on Hooker. Yeah. I have a feeling Tom Brady is going to be our next GM. Could be, man. I mean, that'd be better than what he's doing now. Now he's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. Doing the Fox thing. Was Allen not a hot commodity at the time, young and up and coming? You talking about Dennis Allen? I never wanted Dennis Allen he was a defensive coordinator for the Broncos before we got him. He was okay, but he was never I mean, even when Reggie McKenzie got him, I was like, why are we getting Dennis Allen? I didn't know why Reggie McKenzie did that, dude. I thought that was dumb. Dennis Allen has always been a bland HC, no excitement. I mean, Dennis Allen's pretty good defensive coordinator, but it wasn't like he was super great, you know? So I have a feeling Brady suits up at QB next year, Jackie Moon style. Nice, dude. What's up, Raph? Hope you're doing good, bro. Jimmy, you play right tackle, and I'll play QB for us. Nice. This will linger in a training camp. Max will be extended, pending who we hire. James Furbo, driving down. GL Raiders. My throat's hurting me, so I can't yell super loud right now. No man's an island. If he wants to leave, see you later. A lot of people probably feel that way. I feel a little differently, man. Yeah, if he wants out, he's just not trying to admit it. Yeah, chaos. Yeah, no, the writing's on the wall, bro. Like he's saying it without saying it. You know what I mean? It's a beat around the bush way. It's completely different than years past. Everything that's came out of Max's mouth. And I know some people will attack Max. I didn't put that on there so people will attack Max. I put that on there, like, you know, just so people understand that if you like Max, you love Max, he's probably going to be out the door sooner than later. We heard this before. Yeah, we heard this before from all players, dude. Yep. As soon as they start kind of towing the line a little bit, you know, yep. It's like the writing's on the wall. I just want paid what Minshew got, Jimmy, and get the same, all guaranteed. Bro, 2 terrible decisions, man. Broke back Jimmy. Last Chiefs game, Max told Mahomes to win another ring. That right there tells me that he wants out. Oh, yeah. You talking about when Max Crosby was told the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, go win another one. Yeah, that was kind of fucked up. I'll be honest. I like Max Crosby, but that was kind of fucking shady, dude, if I'm being real about it. That one guy that backed him up played pretty damn well for a few games, even secured us a win. We got Tear Down Crew on speed dial. Yep, they're taking all the nuts. They're taking this thing all the way down the nuts and bolts, man. And, dude, it can only be I don't even think it's very Vrabel at this point. You know, Vrabel's probably going to be hired by the Patriots. Even if Vrabel were to take an interview from us, I think it comes down to. I know everybody thinks it's Ben Johnson. I'll be honest. I want Ben Johnson. You know, that would be my priorities would be Gruden, Ben Johnson, and then Belichick, and then Deion Sanders last. I think their priorities are completely opposite of what I'm thinking. I think their first priority is Deion Sanders, second priority Bill Belichick, third priority Ben Johnson, and Gruden is probably nowhere even on any of their lists. You know, so I know everybody thinks it's Ben Johnson. I don't. I think it's Deion Sanders first, Ben Johnson second, Belichick third. You know, and could it be possible that Belichick could be number one? It could be. I know they haven't announced an interview or anything like that, but yeah, it's interesting to think about what their priorities are. I've been thinking about this for last couple days or whatever. After getting our head HC and GM with a fresh start, O'Connell got to go. They don't need to use him as an excuse. Man, don't be getting rid of my guy. You guys all trying to ditch on my O'Connell. He's wearing Brady's number, bro. What do you want me to show you, man? What do I got to show you, bro? If there's one guy I need to not be shitty, it's Aiden O'Connell. I'm going to do these on my card channel coming up soon, bro. It's probably going to be the dumbest mistake I ever made. Is buying a bunch of rare Aiden O'Connell cards. And I'm not done, but I'm not going to show you more. I'm gonna do that on my card channel. You guys go subscribe, Hardcore Card Collecting. I'll show you that shit. That's gonna be the biggest. I'm gonna look like the biggest jackass in fucking card collecting history. Oh, bro. Anyways, I haven't showed you guys all that. What about the game Joe Melton had? He's okay. Nothing in the building. Fat Thumbs in the building. Nutty Rider Nate Dog in the house. Nate Dog. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing good, man. Every time I see Nutty Rider Nate, I gotta say Nate Dog. Just cause, man. Time to move on. Past the pass and get with the style. NFL. No. You guys typo worse than I do, man. You guys make me read like a degen. I'm sure the Lions would give Hendon Hooker with draft picks. What? I'm sure the Lions would give Hendon Hooker with draft picks for Max Crosby. You're sure the Lions would give up Hendon Hooker, I think is what you meant. Larry, hope you're doing good, man. It's a Champ Kelly could be promoted to GM now since he is still in as GM assistant. Correct. That's a good call. I did think about that earlier. I didn't say it in the show yet. But no, thanks for bringing that up. Champ Kelly has not been announced that he's been let go. So if they need somebody to be a general manager or to, go get Shedeur Sanders or whatever it is their vision is, Champ Kelly would probably be willing to do that for him. No to Belichick, no to Gruden. Don't sleep on Aaron Glenn. All right, appreciate that. I'll have to definitely consider that, Larry. Wild Turkey and Rebel Raiders. Jimmy said I got some AOCs too. Not like I do, bro. It's like my biggest financial fucking investment that is probably going to be want to buy him. Oh, shit. AG said there's no reason to give up on O'Connell. He doesn't cost anything. He can actually get the game and play he needs to. He said, I bought Jamarcus Russell. Don't feel bad. Nice. Shout out to you right away. At least we could laugh about it. Fuck. He said, ever try to help you? We type out we think you're going to read it. Yeah. Nice. Jersey 2 should have been a sign. That's man. That's Shedeur Sanders jersey number 2, man. James Furbo said I bought a JJ number 8 and a 13 Renfro on clearance for $49 each. Now they need him on the team. I know, bro. It's like as soon as you buy a jersey, it goes poof. Like the player ends up not being there. Dude, I feel the same way, bro. I mean, you gotta tell me. This is like an authentic Josh Jacobs autographed fucking helmet, bro. Viva Las Vegas. It's dope, but like, dude, I spent so it's like official, all the padding. I spent a ridiculous amount of money to hit an autographed, like authentic Raiders helmet, dude. There was some he did that said "Just Win, baby." I wish I would have got one of the "Just Win, babies" from Josh Jacobs, but so I got that one, and then I got my Devontae one. So this one is not authentic, so it's like, but so the Devontae one, I mean, still cool, but both of these were a lot of money, but it's just like, I get that, I get both of their jerseys, and guess what happens? Poof, they're gone like dust in the wind, bro. Just bye, Felicia. So yeah, no, this whole box is full of O'Connell cards, bro. I have a 1 of 1 Aiden O'Connell Obsidian. I'll show it to you guys. I have it here. This one. It's right here. Hold on. All right, sorry. No, dude, I got a 101 Aiden O'Connell here, bro. I got this in a break. It actually looks pretty sick when I take it out of this package. But so this is Obsidian. Only one made in the world, dude. Look at that. 101. Oh, where is it? Right here. One of one. So my dumbass decided to get some other Obsidian cards that I'm not going to tell you about. But essentially, this box right here is full, and they're all Obsidian. So all of these match my 101s. And all of these are PSA 10s of Aiden O'Connell. You guys will go subscribe to my card show to see that. How about a gold? How about a gold PSA 10, bro? Boom. And some of these are autographed. And yeah, this was a lot of money, to be honest with you, bro. But now, not just do I have the 1 of 1 of Aiden O'Connell, now I have every color scheme set, numbered set of the entire batch. From the Contra to the green to this one's numbered to 5. This one's numbered to 45. This one's numbered to 25. So pretty much there's a few I'm missing, but almost any numbered set to complete the entire set of Aiden O'Connell for Obsidian of rookie cards I have gotten. So they match that 1 of 1 right there. So I'm not giving up on him. Not just because I have cards, but if he works out his lower body, I still think we should draft or get a quarterback. But if he works out his lower body, he's got an accurate arm. It's just his legs are like toothpicks, dude. He's got to freaking get his lower body stronger. But this, if Raiders were to win a Super Bowl with Aiden O'Connell, people are gonna think I'm crazy. If Raiders were to win a Super Bowl, this box is right here is gonna be worth over 10 grand. This would be like a $15,000 box with all these cards I have in here. Boom. But I don't even know if I would sell them, to be honest with you guys. I've waited so long for a Super Bowl. If we won a Super Bowl with Aiden O'Connell, it'd be like some of the craziest shit ever, dude. And here's the thing about Aiden O'Connell, guys. What kind of quarterback is Tom Brady going to want? I think they're going to go the Shedeur Sanders route because I think they want that money, that clout, that hype. But I don't think that's the best quarterback to go with for the Raiders, especially this draft. I'd rather have Jackson Dart or, maybe even Milroe in the second round, believe it or not, than to waste a first-round draft pick on Shedeur. But maybe I'm wrong about that. But I'd like to stick with Aiden O'Connell and option B, meaning like a Hendon Hooker or, a second-round draft pick in this draft, something along those lines is what I'd much rather do. Sit a guy, I feel like Shedeur Sanders has too much hype and clout around him for Tom Brady, but I think Tom Brady might be more interested in money than winning. And not just that, but like I said in my last show, Shedeur Sanders, his NIL deal is with Tom Brady. There's a conflict of interest there. How can you be an NFL owner and own an NIL company, name, image, likeness, and make money off Shedeur Sanders, his name, image, and likeness, and then you're going to be the one to push the team you're an owner of to draft that guy. So you're going to make money on the NIL deal, and then you're going to make money as an owner on that player. I don't think that should be allowed. I think that's like crossing the line. That's now you're double dipping. Now you have a financial interest where you'd almost want him to be on your team, So it's a, and what if that player ends up sucking on your team, So I'll throw out one quarterback as we end this. One quarterback, when I was thinking about quarterbacks, that I think is a cost-effective option besides some of the options that we've listed these last few shows I've done that nobody's talked about that I think should be considered. And it's another kind of off the wall take. It's more like a bridge quarterback. I'm not saying this guy should be our starter, but I think it's the best option, like a lot better than Minshew, and that is going to be Ryan Tannehill. I know that sounds, people are going to laugh at me. I know you're laughing at me right now, but I'm not saying the future of the face of the franchise. I'm saying like a 1 or 2 year deal, a veteran quarterback that's good, that you don't have to pay $40-50 million for. Hopefully you can get him like 15-20 mil range or something like that. But I would bring in Ryan Tannehill for a serious consideration to be part of the Raiders organization next year. When I thought about all the free agents, and I'm trying to think of other quarterbacks that might have fallen off the hype train and stuff like that, Ryan Tannehill did not play this last year. He was hurt. He said he would only come back if it was like the right team, the right circumstances, or whatever. I'm not saying the Raiders necessarily have the right fit or what Ryan Tannehill is looking for, but for me as a Raiders fan, if we could get a guy like him for not a lot of money, he was a good quarterback, and I think he could help another quarterback be developed. Because we need some sort of developmental quarterback, and Minshew is just not it. He's just not, guys. Let's be real about it. So, but Ryan Tannehill is a guy I would consider for the right price. It's got to be, Tannehill is like a coupon Tom pick. Okay, it's like the price has to be right. And again, I'm not saying for the future or a starter, he can compete for the starting position, but I'm saying as a cost-effective option that you don't have to break the bank, you don't have to commit to like a long-term contract, a guy you can kick the tires on. I would be interested in Ryan Tannehill, and that's a name nobody else that I've heard say. So, what do you guys think about that? It's probably crazy. It's probably a dumb one, but it's just one that I came across that, on my own research, because I'm like, what happened to Ryan Tannehill? Because you haven't heard his name in a while. And that's kind of how I came across that. So, all right. Read your last comments, and I'm going to get out of here. So I'm sure Lions. Oh, yeah. Lions would, I think they'd trade, if we put in Max Crosby. Yeah, they would owe us some draft capital, I think, too. If I'm just being real about it. All right. I think I went way too far. No reason to give up on O'Connell. He doesn't cost anything. He can actually get in the game and play if he needs to. Oh, Rebel said Chimp Kelly. I know. Someone said, I think Champ Kelly, and I fucked it up last show. I said Champ Kelly, and I was just like reading through the comments so fast. Whoever put that in there, I'm apologize. I forget who it was that put that in there, but yeah, I fucked that up. He was talking about Champ Kelly. I start rambling about Chip Kelly. But anyways, I guess if you mix the two, you get Chip Kelly. I don't know. But anyways, I apologize, whoever that was. He's talking about Champ Kelly. I think maybe him being promoted or something, and I start rambling about Chip Kelly. Because now there's people saying Chip Kelly could be the Raiders head coach or offensive coordinator. Like, does anybody in the chat really want Chip fucking Kelly? I don't want that guy to be our coach. Not talking about Champ Kelly right now. I'm not talking about the GM. I'm talking about the, head coach, offensive coordinator guy, Chip Kelly. I don't want him. So, a giant box full of car. Cam Ward in the house. What up, on 6? Hope you're doing good, bro. Hope you're doing good, man. He said, I only buy retired Star Raider jerseys to wear in the future. Oh, we got Raph in the background. Give me a second, Raph, and then I'll pull you up here. You gotta make it quick though, because I'm gonna be heading out. That's why I buy my jersey, bought Adams autographed. Yeah. Cam Ward would be a dream come true. I like Ward a lot better than Sanders, man. I can't bring myself to buy 17 Adams, even on clearance. I don't know why. Yeah, he kind of clowned on us, bro. I have Crosby also. Nice. 17 was gifted. Beautiful. AOC might be the dude if he gets out of Las Vegas. Damn. I got some cards. I have a Ken Stabler. You got a Ken Stabler rookie. Nice. I want a PSA 9. Well, I want a PSA 10 Stabler rookie. But I would take a PSA 9 Stabler rookie. So I have Joe Montana rookie. Honestly, I could have bought a PSA 9 Stabler rookie instead of this box. So that gives you an idea. If you know how much a PSA 9 Stabler rookie costs, I could have bought that instead of this box here. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But keep them as a set. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. And that's why I did it, bro, because I have that. I have the O'Connell 101. That's the entire reason why I got those, because I do have the 101. So he skipped leg year. I'm done buying Kurt player jerseys. I should have stopped at Darren McFadden. Wide receiver jerseys. They're just a waste of money. I know it sucks, bro. I know. I feel you, man. I've been there. I think O'Connell's better than Mac Jones. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure. All right, we got the one, the only Raph in the background. We'll pull him up here for a minute. I do got to get going here, Raph. But how you doing, Raph?
Just doing well, not that great because I'm still stuck with a winter storm in North Carolina.
Let me turn up the volume. Hold on a second. I can't hear you.
Oh,
all right. What'd you say, bud?
Yeah, I was like I'm talking in the North Carolina winter storm, which is not that very good, and probably my cell phone is gonna be like I don't know, with low battery. But what you're talking about, like the situation or the quarterback situation, I mean, that means like it's very important because we need something to emball like the defense. And what it comes to like Ryan Tannehill, it's not the real perfect body, but he can use it as the background backup quarterback. So that makes everything sense. So I know that this year might be different for the Raiders because we need to something to get involved a lot of defense, offense. I mean, the running back situation is getting a lot of disaster. So I presume that in the next draft we can do like draft a running back with so much caliber to do like at a body exactly like Christian McCaffrey's on San Francisco 49ers, and we can do something anything better for the quarterback. I mean, there was a lot of options. There was Dylan Gabriel. I know there are some persons that want us to like Shedeur Sanders or Ken Warren, but I mean the decision is up under the hands.
Yeah, I know some people are hyping up Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I don't think I want him, to be honest with you. I think we need to look at other options. He's not very tall. He's like 5'11". I don't like the certain things about him.
Yeah, I know that my phone is gonna be really low, but you know what? Hardcore. Thanks for having me. I know it's gonna be like in a minute, and I know it's been like in a while, but I know the winter storm in North Carolina is gonna be really tough for like any situations. But God bless to you. Then I hope you see you there next time. Well, if I had the opportunity, so.
You too, man. Appreciate you. Nice beard. I like your beard, bro. That's a good beard.
Thank you. I know that after that I was like, what happened to arrive with a good beard? I mean, I just really growing because I just like I don't know, just like biking or something. But yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. Take it easy, man. Go Raiders. Oh yeah, Raider Way. Pray for LA. Yeah, I said that at the beginning if you missed it, but yeah, definitely prayers up to LA, man. I know you guys been like, it's like zombie land out there, bro. Yeah, it sucks, man. I feel for you guys for sure. Jimmy Gunn said Chip Kelly was a monster. Oregon Ducks. His jaw fat looks like an alcoholic now though. Oh, I got you. Trying to think, because he had, was it Marcus Mariota? Who was his quarterback at Oregon? Was it Marcus Mariota? He did have a good offense there, but like, I guess a Chip Kelly, I wouldn't want him as a head coach. I might take him as an offensive coordinator, but then you got to have the right quarterback to fit his scheme. You got to be with a Chip Kelly style coach. I think you have to be very quarterback specific for the style scheme that he wants to run. So I'm not saying it couldn't work with Chip Kelly. I just definitely don't want him as a head coach. Okay. Said Ralph, my neck of the woods. If you hear Bone Jones run, boy, or boy run. God, family, Raiders for life. It's going to be Ben Johnson, guaranteed. Captain Tom Brady is in charge now, and he knows Ben Johnson will be the next badass head coach. Kevin O'Connell was Brady's backup in New England, and he's looking for a new contract. All right. We the people. Appreciate that. How you doing, we the people? Salute. Jimmy Gunn said, not to mention with Johnson being the most talked about available coach, he's getting him a huge win for us. Most likely than not, GM and OC from Tampa going to be Raiders. We'll see. We will see. I mean, it's interesting for sure. I guess, I'm trying to be open-minded about it. I'm going to try to be optimistic about it. I'm probably more on the pessimistic side than the optimistic side, just because the Raiders have, even though this is like whole new with Brady or whatever, what I've seen from the Raiders from years is not optimistic. It's been, shit show after shit show. I think Brady wants clout. I think Brady wants prime time and Sanders, like Deion said. Deion said, if you want me to go to the NFL, you got to draft both of my sons, I think with Brady and these new business investors, I'm not saying you guys are wrong about Ben Johnson and like some of these other stuff, like some of these ideas and people that or some of the coaching options that people have been mentioning. Like I kind of like some of the ideas too. The problem I have with it is what are the motives from Tom Brady and the other 20% of owners? Remember, Mark Davis has sold 25% of the team in the last 6 months, right? Less than that. So, 25% of the team has been sold to Tom Brady and the other investors. So what do they want? What's their vision? Do they want a Ben Johnson, or are they going to want that clout and, like a Deion Sanders prime time with Shador Sanders? And I think they're going to go the money route, because this is what business people do. They, whether it's the stock market, whatever, they look at return on investment. They don't care about, the people on the lower on the totem pole and, they care about profitability and stuff like that. But what they really care is if their shares are going up or down, and that's it. And that's how I'm looking at this is from how I'm trying to is like from their perspective is they're going to be looking at this as a return on investment and what's going to make their shares increase versus decrease. And I know Ben Johnson's a great offensive coordinator, but who's going to be his coaching staff? There's a lot of questions on that, like I mentioned earlier. And is he really going to move the tick mark up for the Raiders and in increasing the value of the Raider brand and the Raiders organization as a whole? No. The one that's going to do it most, as much as I hate to say it, is Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders. And that's just a fact, man. So if it happens, it just means the clown show will continue. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're even going to be that good or guarantee that we're going to be good. Even if you like Shador Sanders, all it means is that you're probably guaranteed for a clown show and that you're going to get a lot of media coverage and you'll get a lot of prime time games and you're going to get a lot of that clout, And so if you want that clout and you want that hype without being a good team, then so be it. Look at the Jets. The Jets got a lot of clout and they sucked. They're like the same record as us, I think. So, Sanders got brick feet. Yeah. He says, we get Deion and Sanders, we're fucked. Yep. Stock market in the red. Nice. I don't think so. Brady wants to win rings and minority owner. He's super competitive. Most likely not. Jim. Oh, yeah. I don't know, bro. I mean, I hear you, but he only owns 5%. There's other investors that own the other 20%, So, but yeah, I agree with you. He says, we get Deion and Sanders, we fucked. Yep. I agree, man. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. Unless you guys got anything else you want to say, make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe. We started this thing out on a good note. I don't know. What do you guys think? One for the money, one for the. I'll probably get flagged again. Last time I did this, I got flagged, which sucks, dude. It's like the stupidest thing. I can't do a live comment thread on something. So, anyways. If you guys ever need a reminder, bro, on Raiders 7528, Mike Vrabel falls out of Raiders head coach search. There we go. Appreciate we the people. If you ever have a question on who Tom Brady is or where his heart is, just remember he never wore silver and black, but the dude did wear these colors right fucking here.
One left. He has Redmond to his left out of the gun. 1st and 10. Woodson showing blitz. Woodson comes. Here he is bearing down on Brady. Calls the fumble. Beacon dives on the ball. The Raiders have the ball. The Raiders take over as Charles Woodson came on a corner blitz and he rocked his former Michigan teammate.
So there you go. Never forget the Tuck game or where their roots are, because they don't bleed silver and black. They're not like you or me. They don't think like you or me. They think differently, and it will always be that way, no matter how much you guys want to convince yourselves that this guy's a Raider and that he bleeds silver and black. All right, much love. Appreciate you guys. Always remember, there's only one nation. That's Raider Nation, and the Patriot Way lives on. Hardcore Raider out. Appreciate you guys.